The promotion of young scientists at the point where computer science and medicine meet is a core element of the medical informatics funding concept. For this reason, the Federal Ministry of Education and Research is funding 21 MII junior research groups with around 30 million euros as a foundation for newly established medical informatics professorships. The junior research groups have a term of up to 5 years, are intended to support the professorships and be integrated into the work at the universities. In 2023, a networking project was initiated to promote exchange and networking between the junior research groups of the MII, both at leadership level and at the level of the employees. The project is also intended to integrate the junior research groups more closely into the working structures and committees of the Medical Informatics Initiative. The networking project is led by einem, networking coordinator for the junior research groups, and Britta Sedelmeier, head of the CDS2U's junior research group. Since January 2024, the junior research groups also have been represented by Sebastian Fudiker from the MOVE Group in the National Steering Committee of the MII. The 21 junior research groups come from all 4 MII consortia, Smith, DI Future, HIMIT and Miracum, and are highly diverse regarding the start of their terms, the background of their members and their topics. In the following, the junior research groups briefly introduce themselves.
The Junior Research Group Clinical Decision Support to Use, abbreviated as CDS to Use, led by Britta Sedelmeier, is dedicated to the prospective user-centered design of clinical decision support systems. The CDS to Use group has been part of the Medical Informatik-Initiative since May 2020 and currently consists of 5 members. Alongside her role as group leader, Britta Sedelmeier also coordinates the networking activities for the MII Junior Research Groups together with Anne Seim. The team also includes Maria Zerlik, Katharina Schuler, and Ian Jung, who work as research assistants and doctoral students, as well as Julia Knott, who supports the group as a research assistant. The central research topics of the CDS to Use group revolve around the user-centered design of clinical decision support systems. The research is focused on 4 main areas. First, we aim to identify context-based information that clinical decision support systems need to consider to better adapt to the user and their environment. Second, we are working on the development of user-centered presentations of patient data to ensure that this information is not only accessible but also insightful, helping healthcare providers make informed decisions quickly and accurately. Third, our efforts extend to the development of interface concepts that enhance the explainability of outputs from AI-based decision support systems, making these systems more transparent and trustworthy. Lastly, we are creating a toolbox of usability methods that will support the iterative development and evaluation of clinical decision support systems. The overreaching goal of the CDS2U's Junior Research Group is therefore to improve the functionality and user-friendliness of clinical decision support systems in order to increase user acceptance and ultimately contribute to improved patient care.
The Junior Research Group at the Institute of Medical Informatics of the University Medical Center Göttingen is part of Tibor Ketschtü's Chair of Medical Data Science. Our first doctoral student, Caroline Böhnisch, completed her thesis in less than 2 years and has since taken up a professorship at the University of Applied Science in Stralsund. She has worked on extending the FAIR principles to include the principle of reliability with regard to data and metadata in a medical data integration center. Our second doctoral student, Bastian Beere, recently submitted his doctoral thesis. He has developed a method for quantifying the re-identification risk of a medical data set. Our third doctoral student, Sarah Schnabel, will work on the implementation of a blockchain method for data security in our medical data integration center. Finally, our fourth doctoral student, Horim Bey, we start working on the implementation of a user and analysis platform. The primary goal of our junior research group is to train young scientists. To achieve this, a scientific method development and evaluation for a medical data integration center is carried out under the current aspects of the real implementation of a medical data integration center. In short, this means extending the FAIR principles in terms of reliability, investigating blockchain processes for use in a medical data integration center, and paying special attention to data protection and security aspects in order to provide researchers with a high quality and secure data on a specific platform. As described before, these topics are being worked on comprehensively by our doctoral students who are closely supervised by us.
Hello, we are the junior group Microbiome Sepsis Spread. Our research focuses on the topic of sepsis, which is the main cause of death of patients in the intensive care units. An early diagnosis as well as an appropriate antibiotic treatment is key for increasing the survival rates of patients. And for this reason, we are aiming to accelerate the current diagnosis of sepsis, which is based on clinical data, by using microbiome sequencing data.
And as recent research has shown, changes in the gut microbiome are linked to the predisposition and to the outcome of sepsis. This is why we want to be able to predict those significant changes in the gut microbiome that could anticipate the onset of sepsis and to distinguish those changes from the normal fluctuations. For this, we are employing modeling strategies and machine learning to create an early warning system to help with patient care.
And our toolbox also includes improving the detection of antibiotic resistance. For this, we are annotating known resistance genes using databases and predicting recently acquired horizontally transferred genes. The second part involves training machine learning classifiers based on genomic features associated with horizontal gene transfer. And this, in conclusion, will support the choice of a correct and specific antibiotic treatment.
Thank you for listening, and for more information, you can look at our webpage or send us an email for questions or collaboration wishes.
It is my pleasure to introduce the MOVE group, which is a junior research group in the HIMED consortium. Our group's focus is the integration and analysis of multimodal sensor signals and clinical data for the diagnosis and investigation of neurological movement disorders. Our team consists of 4 members: Sebastian Fudikar, who is the head of the MOVE group, Haujin Hojapur, who is a postdoc in our group, and 2 PhD students, Roland Stenger and myself, Gabriela Ciortuz. The research topics of the MOVE group mainly cover the following 3 areas. On the one hand, we develop analysis methods for multidimensional, heterogeneous data to parameterize human movement and cognitive abilities. On the other hand, we focus on making sure that the derived clinically relevant measures are integrated and made available in a medical information initiative compliant format, usually based on FHIR. And finally, once we have this data, along with additional clinical electronic health records, we use it to train AI-based clinical support systems that can, for example, select or suggest the most suitable treatment paths. In order to give you a glimpse of our clinical use cases, I would like to give you 2 examples. Firstly, one clinical use case would be the pre-screening of motor tics. We have a highly regarded published article on this topic. A second use case of our research is the screening for dystonia. For more detailed information, I would like to invite you to watch a longer video presentation by my colleague Roland, where he elaborates on his work. For further information, please visit our website and don't hesitate to contact us regarding potential collaborations.
The Junior Research Group, Terminology and Ontology-Based Phenotyping, in short TOP, is part of the Smith Consortium and the Medical Informatics Initiative, and we represent the research area Ontologies and Knowledge-Based Systems at the Institute for Medical Informatics, Statistics and Epidemiology, IMISE, at Leipzig University. We focus mainly on algorithmic phenotyping, that is, the software-supported identification of individuals or cohorts with certain medical characteristics. Having analyzed the notion of a phenotype in an ontological fashion, we developed a technique for modeling phenotypic knowledge on this basis. The phenotype models developed in this manner are structured, explainable, and executable. This means that queries, for instance the search for all overweight men, can be defined on their basis and executed on various data sources. Established medical terminologies, such as LOINC or SNOMED, play an important role in identifying relevant data in the data source. Phenotypic models can be used, for example, to recognize certain diseases, to assess risk, to avoid adverse events, or to identify study participants. Another aspect of our research is the semantic search in text documents, for example clinical reports. Here we develop NLP methods that support an ontology-based search, such as for document classification and clustering or terminology extraction. We implement both components, the phenotyping on structured data and the semantic search in text documents, in our so-called TOP framework. Using this framework, phenotype models as well as abstracted concepts of a text-searched query can be developed by experts without IT knowledge and executed on the desired data sources. The results are datasets that fulfill all the criteria of the query. For the former, one of specific people that have the defined phenotype, and for the latter, text documents that contain or are represented by the concept.
We junior research groups welcome all forms of exchange and cooperation, such as participation in working groups and committees, projects, or public relation activities. If you're interested in getting to know us better, would like to work with us, or have questions to us, please contact the networking coordination of the junior research groups. Please send your request to Enzyme. The contact details can be found here on the slide.